Hey y'all, how's it going? I am Joy and welcome to Jungle Gin. In today's episode, we will be going over the strategies for how to underknock your opponent in this game and exactly what that means. So, if we go into host a game, we will create it. Head on over to game settings, and then you're going to want to do aces as low only. You're going to set your regular knock limit of 10. 100-point game just to make it faster, and I like doing point matches so you can kind of ramp them up as you go, but you can definitely do single game only as well, which might be faster for you in this. So I did a video for underknocking your opponent in this game prior when I wasn't feeling that well, and I had Sammy actually. This game is really loud. Anyway, I had Sammy, my channel mascot, helping me out with that, but apparently people weren't really that big of a fan of his, and so I figured I would go ahead and do another one with me, just in case people needed a little bit more help in that regard. What I like to do is get down to having roughly about 1 point or so, and then you will just continuously discard. And that's basically the extent of the strategy, is just get your deadwood points as low as possible. Now, what exactly are deadwood points? Those would be the cards that are not part of one of your melds. So, a meld would be a set, which would be... Ooh, see, now here's a pickle, isn't it? Because right now, I could discard my ace here and go Jin, because I have no cards in my hand that are not part of an existing meld, which is either a set of cards of 3 cards or more, or a run of cards. I have a set of 10s, a set of queens, and a run of 1 through 4. However, since we are on a mission to underknock the opponent, what I'm going to do is break up my run here and discard the 4. This way, when they knock, hopefully they will knock, with something 10 or under, I will have a 1. And that will be my only deadwood point that will be allotted and counted for. So now it is just playing the discard game, and hopefully he will actually do what he needs to do. And knock, please. Any day now, buddy. Let's go, Rob. Rob, if you're gonna go Jin, my strategy is completely moot. Please knock with something that is under 10. Or don't. This is a risk here, because I really think he's planning to go Jin. He went Jin. Okay. So the strategy is a little bit funky, but that was the best hand you could possibly play. So I'm going to try it again, because you can see I was only left with 1, so he only got 21 points, because there's a Jin bonus of 20, and the deadwood points would be counted for his score. I love Jin. I've always loved Jin. I'm going to pass on that 10.
Pass.
So are you. Thanks. Now see, gosh darn it, I could have taken that 10. I would have had a whole set. But it's fine. Just reorganize some things here. I got a set there. If I get a diamond in a row, I'm good on that one. And there we go. Perfect. Discard the 9. Don't need it. Now I'm just looking for an ace, because right now I have a deadwood point of 2, because I have a set of 4, a run here, and then a set of queens. So if I can get an ace, that will drop me down to 1 deadwood point remaining.
7.
Here we go. Perfect. So now I will underknock him by 5, and I get a 10-point underknock bonus for doing it. So going Jin is much more effective if you want to actually try to win the game, and you're not going for an underknocking challenge. But for this badge, underknocking is very important. So I'm just going to try to underknock as many times as possible.
Pass.
I will pass that as well.
Pass.
Because I have a set here and a run right off of it. Thank you for that. And I've already got my 1 point. This was a perfect hand. So I could go Jin right now just to kind of show you guys how that works. I think I've explained it fairly well. I'm going to try to discard a low card so that he'll take it and hopefully go... Nope, he didn't. That's cool. You know what? You do you, buddy. How about this? Can I bait you with an ace? I can. Didn't work, but I could have. How about a 2? No. So, I mean, this strategy is going to take a little while, honestly, to get done and get it down, because doing this kind of strategy might not be the most efficient. If you guys know of a better way of doing it, by all means, let me know down in the comments what that would be. This is just the best way that I know how to do the underknocking strategy. Except when they go freaking Jin on you. Typically, I like to play a Jin only, where you would have no knocking available, or Oklahoma Jin. The way the Oklahoma Jin works is that your knock limit is determined by whatever card is turned up upon the deal. So here you would have a knock limit of 9. Ooh. I will take that 9, actually. Shoot. Ooh, this is risky. But I'm gonna play it risky. I typically don't like to keep high cards, but I think in this case I kind of had to. I could have used that, you know. But it's okay. Really? Why would you do this? Why would you do this to me? You're not being very friendly, game. So now I'm in a bit of a pickle because I'm doing this. That's cool. So sometimes they'll knock really quickly and other times they'll hold out for Jin. The bot is very finicky to actually pin down what their strategy is going to be. But I don't know. I really do enjoy Jin. I actually like Jin a lot more than I do Canasta and Spades and games like that. I've played all of them, but honestly, there's just something about Jin that is just really, really calm and relaxing. I'm gonna get rid of this because I already got my set. I don't know. What card game is your guys' favorite? Now that I'm thinking about it, because that might be something kind of interesting to discuss. Because Pogo does have a lot of them. I remember trying to learn how to play bridge and failing spectacularly. It was not fun. My friend and I tried to play that. We tried to play Pinochle. Just all sorts of various games were attempted, and it didn't go very well for us. Hearts was also kind of interesting to do.
6.
I can't let any of those off, so I have 8 points, so they get 2. Oh, this is going to be quite the slog of a game, isn't it? Annoying. I will say that the underknocking badges are one of the most frustrating ones because it does kind of rely on your luck in this, right? Because it all depends on what the opposing player is going to do. So, I don't know. I don't really like it. I would prefer challenges where you have to go Jin a certain number of times, or you have to rack up a certain number of points in the game. That is always really fun. But these kinds of things are just a little more frustrating at times to try to get done. Because again, like you are going based purely on luck at this point, because it all depends on what they're going to do. You can try to strategize around them, of course, but it's a lot harder to do it that way, in my opinion. I am not going to take the bait on that. I almost did. Fudge. I just said I wasn't going to do that, and I did it anyway. Whoopsie. Yeah, I think I lose this one, too. Oh, no, I don't. Oh, but this is the same one, so it's going to count. Yeah, here, I'm just going to show you guys real quick. You go Jin because you have a whole set of cards that are all accounted for and categorized and organized, which is probably why I like Jin so much, to be fair. It's all about organization and putting things where they belong, which I am a very big fan of. But there's just something about underknocking that rubs me the wrong way. I don't need it.
Pass.
It's a really low number, and I probably should have taken it, but I don't need it. I got one anyway. That's cool. Slap you over here, I guess. Man, these are so difficult to work with. Because they're so spread out weirdly. Like, I could have a set here, or I could put them together and make them a run. If I get a 10 of hearts, I'm going to be very mad. Well, let's see, if I do this... Yeah, why don't I do it this way? Because I have that. And I have that. So if I get rid of this, then I have deadwood of 6 currently. Which is not great. Not great at all, actually. So I need to find a way of knocking this down some, hopefully with an
5.
ace. Oh, see, if I could have laid some off, that'd be perfect. To lay off your cards is when you have cards that can go onto one of their melds, which would be either a set or a run. So, like, if they had a run of clubs that went 2 through 4, 2, 3, and 4, and I had a 5 of clubs, I could lay off 5 points by putting it on their run. So that would have been very helpful, but of course, I didn't have the right cards for that. Which is much unfortunate. Okay, do I try for that or do I try for my run? I think I'm gonna try for the 6s. I don't need that. As much as I would have appreciated having that, I didn't need it. Now I'm probably kind of messed over on this now. Unless I get a 3 of diamonds. Because I messed up my set of 6s, unfortunately. Ooh, that's fine. I can take that. Now I have a knock of 2, which is as low as I can get.
3.
And I get a 1-point knock bonus. Good. Even better. So there we go. I have underknocked twice now. Again, less than ideal. Because I would rather just go Jin and end this thing right now. But underknocking is kind of fun. It's kind of like exciting when you get it down, right? Like when you can actually get the underknock to go well. It's really exciting. Also kind of rare, depending on your skill level. My skill level is subpar, as you can plainly see. But hopefully we'll be able to get this badge here in one go. Well, no, not in one go, but we'll be able to win this game, rather. I don't like having face cards, so I'm just going to break that up real quick. Just because it makes me, not happy. Oh, boy. Just in case I get a 6, I can do that. Ooh. Oh, that's so much better. Because then I open it up a little bit, so I'm going to do that. This way I can get a 7 or a 4 of spades. And I can get a run out of that.
Knock with 5.
Oh, no. Oof. Oof, that's horrible. It's so bad. Alright, 81 to 62. I think if I don't go Jin, I will end up losing. But again, going Jin isn't what we're here to do. So I just gotta hope for the best. Oh dear. I'll take that because it's low and get rid of my 7 because I'm not going to use my 6 of hearts here. Oh, well, I say that and then I get the perfect thing to combat it, so...
Knock with 1.
What? Excuse me? At least I was able to lay off some points, but my gosh. And also, I'm actually happy that happened because you guys could actually see what laying off meant. I took 10 points off of my total because I laid the 10 of hearts onto his run. Unfortunately, that didn't help me because I still had a whole bunch of deadwood points. So anyway, as sad as that outcome was, that is essentially how you are going to underknock your opponent. So again, let me head into the table settings for what I personally did for it. I did aces are low so that you can always reserve 1 point back as your minimum that you can have. Set your knock limit to 10 so you don't have any funky rules to work with like the Oklahoma gin or no knocking is the worst. Absolutely never hit a no knocking. Cut for knock limit, I don't really recall what that does, but aces are 0, which is interesting. How can you have a 0 value? But so what you're going to want to do is regular knock limit or Oklahoma gin. Oklahoma gin is a little bit more complicated because if they roll out with like a 3 or a 4 or something, then to have a knock, you have to be under that. So that makes it a little bit more difficult to do the underknocking strategy. So I would recommend just doing a regular knock limit. Again, doing these can be any kind of point game, 250 or 100. And then here you can choose how many points you want to have per match. As high as 700, which might be the easiest route of getting more underknocks in one session. Single game, which is just a lot faster like you just seen me do it, 300 or 500 depending on how you want to do it. If you do 500 and a 250 point game, then you will have 2 games per match, basically, that would give you that point total. But that would be the easiest way of doing it, I believe. So there are my settings. Aces are low only. Make sure that you do a knock limit of 10 and do not set it to be a no knock game. And hopefully, whoops, wrong button. And hopefully this little tutorial video actually did help you guys. I apologize for my last one where I used my channel mascot. I realize in hindsight that not everybody likes Sammy, and that Sammy has his place. We have a whole series together that I really need to finish one of these days. Maybe I'll do that over the summer in Pokemon series and stuff like that. So I will be using Sammy more exclusively in other areas, and I will keep the Pogo content to just being me. But if you guys are interested, then I do have more Sammy stuff on the channel as well, including my membership announcement video has Sammy in it. So if you guys are interested in that in any way, go ahead and check that out as well. Always appreciate any support you guys want to lend. Comments are always helpful, especially for something like this where strategies can be shared and the like. So let me know what you guys think. I'm going to go ahead and finish this game and this badge off, and I will catch you guys. That is a very good card for me to have. I will catch you guys down the road for more Pogo games very, very soon.